Oops.
What?
Did we do it?
Oops.
What?
Is it there? Is it?
Oh no.
What?
We're in it.
Why?
We're in
Why?
it.
I
Why?
pushed a new button. I didn't know what it
Why?
would do.
He did it. He did the thing. He did
I
the
don't
thing.
know what it would do.
Friends.
I wasn't ready.
Oh
I'm
no!
so sorry.
I mean,
I can go to the I can go
But
to
he
the Be Right
was.
Back screen.
It's
I can go to the Be Right Back screen.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. We're
Hello,
back.
everyone.
Welcome
Hello, everyone.
to episode 43. Don't listen to past Eric on episode 42 about what episode it is. He was incorrect. But yeah, how are you doing? How's this weekend going?
Well, it is Monday,
Oh,
so the
man.
weekend's over.
Anthony, you want to go? I can't hear you at all, Anthony.
You can't hear me.
You might be muted.
I am not muted.
I can hear him.
Oh, hold on one second.
Uh-oh.
That's not good.
Technical difficulties.
The technical foul on Natch. That'll be a
Dun,
10-yard
dun,
penalty.
No, am I the issue now?
Oh
I-
no.
Oh no, I don't. He's not in Video Ninja. He's not. He's
Yeah.
not in the.
No, he's here. I see him.
I am here.
Am I taking
I see
crazy
him. I
pills?
see him. No.
Crazy
I
pills,
think
crazy pills.
you might just have to
pills,
refresh
Oh,
Video
refresh,
Ninja real
whatever.
quick.
Okay.
Yeah. He'll
Cra-
disappear. He'll come back.
Crazy pills. Crazy pills.
Crazy pills. Crazy pills.
Oh, there
see
he
him?
is. Yeah,
Oh,
now
hi.
he's there.
I
Whatever.
exist.
Stress.
I have
Oh,
come back from the dead.
Stress.
So,
It's
come back.
fine.
What is your name? See Astolfo. There we go.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all can see,
Yeah.
but I was able to finally build my computer.
I mean, it's not on your back table anymore, so I have
It
to
isn't.
assume
It
that's
isn't.
being used.
It's here.
Okay.
It's in front of me.
Okay.
Looks great outside
course.
of the cases wide open because I'm going to be trying to get a GPU this week. Good luck to me.
It should be
um,
easier with the market crash.
Hopefully. I'm hoping I go to Micro Center and it is a nice, easy breezy, lemon
Beautiful
Cover
squeezy.
girl.
girl. There it is. Anthony, he
Uh,
knew.
he knew. But yes, I'm hoping I get there and I get a voucher and everybody in front of me doesn't buy out
The 40, the
the
50,
50,
80.
70, 50, 80. I
Yeah.
want a 50, 80, but
Yeah.
I'll settle for 50, 70 if I absolutely need to.
You're not getting the 5090.
I mean, I'm not want to
What
get
is
the
your-
50, 90.
What is your power supply?
1,000.
That might not be enough for a 5090.
Yeah,
For
it
a
might,
5090, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What is the 5090 pulling? Isn't it? I thought it was like
It is
600.
it is technically supposed to be enough for a 5090, but if you do anything that's not
Else.
stock,
Ah,
there's a good chance that you
Blow
can
your,
go over
your
the
power
limit of
supply.
1,000.
Yeah.
really? Yeah, because you're supposed to keep a third of it empty, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So your usable wattage for 1,000 is like 750. And right now I'm pulling 220, I think, with what I currently have.
220, you say?
That's somewhere around-
220.
You have to do like a stress test.
Yeah. You have to stress test it. to
I'm unfortunately, my new rig only has an 850 watt.
Oh, so your usable is only like 650 or something like that.
What? I don't even know what power supply I have in my guys. I spent a lot of money on it. Okay, Can I just say that?
Like, funnily enough,
I should really know my specs, honestly, though.
I mean, I feel like for the average consumer, they make it in such a way where knowing the specs isn't a necessary component of building a computer anymore. It used to be like you had to have very detailed knowledge of what you were doing, but now I feel like you can get away with a lot
Yeah.
comparatively.
Well, there used to be like so many different wattages, I think, for power supplies. Like you'd have
Yeah.
like 600, 650, 700, 750. Like, but now when I looked at it, it was like you can get 850, you can get 1,000, you can get 1,200. It's like,
Yeah. That's pretty much it nowadays. Unless you do something super off the wall custom. But The other thing I did is this go round, I did so much better on like the cable management for like coming out. So my desk is so much cleaner. You'll notice I finally have a new mic stand. This is the coolest mic stand. This thing is crazy.
Is it the coolest mic stand, or are you just saying that?
No, it's like unbelievably smooth. It is heavy duty, and it's got like this nice wire management all the way around. It's super easy to set up, and when you move it, it moves smoothly and just sticks wherever you put it. And it's like really nice.
It's like really nice, guys. I'm just saying.
There are other mic stands that do that. Obviously, every mic stand should do that, but not all of them do. But the Rode's really nice. Rode sponsor us. Okay, thanks. Bye. So what have you been up to? How was y'all's weekend?
Don't even remember,
bro.
I started off last week poisoning myself unintentionally.
What?
So,
what do you mean?
Well, roughly about the same time every year, this person visits me and they like to eat cream cheese and Braunschweiger on their bagels. And
Good
so
man.
I end up
Sexy man, it sounds like.
yeah, maybe not. I always end up eating, what's left over because that's how I am. I don't want to waste it, and it tastes good. But I can't eat too much of it because it causes issues. Like, I don't know what this guy's made of, but when I eat those like every day, bad stuff starts happening. Like yeah, it's weird. Anyways, I didn't realize that cream cheese was at least 3 weeks old. And in case you didn't know, cream cheese shows no signs of being old. It smells like cream cheese. It looks like cream cheese.
Yeah, so to check the expiration. It's a cream-based product.
I didn't know. So 4 days in a row, like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, every morning, start off okay. Eat breakfast, suddenly not okay. Not okay for a few hours, then okay enough to not be sick. And I think that did a number on me. I figured it out when it was too late. And so Thursday and Fridays were okay, but not great. And then just like sickness, just like, like it made something start winning the battle, I think. So I've got like this thing where my throat hurts sometimes. Like, like if you swallow and it's just pain. It's not pleasant.
Strep.
No, I don't think so.
I'm so tempted to just yell at my wife and just be like, "Hey, babe, you know that cream cheese we left at their house? Yeah, they ate it.
Yeah, I ate it.
No, like not like the next day, like today. Yeah, I know it's crazy."
Yes, that was a big mistake.
Yeah. Yeah. I know that problem because I go through so much cream cheese so quickly.
So heavy.
That I just don't run into that.
So heavy. Oh man,
it is very heavy.
I didn't do anything this weekend, guys, other than play Path of Exile 2, and we'll talk about that later.
Oh, hype.
Yeah, I did that. And I started reading a book. And
the book?
No, not the book. No. I would have told you. It's okay. No, I just started. My wife I got my wife a Kindle for Christmas, and the FOMO was just getting to me because like she was getting like a clear case. She was putting stickers behind the case so that she could switch them out without having to stick them. She was reading all the time, like in front of me, and I was like, man, that device looks real cool. I don't need it, but the device looks real cool. So I bought it. So I bought one, and now like I really love it, honestly. Like I do not regret my purchase.
Mine still works from like 10 years ago.
Yeah, dude.
which
They-
sucks because I know yours has a lot of updates
Yeah.
and is like way better.
Yeah. But it should be recyclable, right? Or something like that.
I've never looked into that. You mean like trade in?
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's been 10 years, so I doubt that they're gonna give you anything that you'd want.
Probably not. Yeah, it would be ideal if they could take the device and like, properly recycle it
Mm-hmm.
and reuse it and stuff.
For sure. Let's see. Yeah. Other than that,
Can you
we got a
rattle them?
Costco membership, so now like we can buy food in bulk without like going bankrupt. So that's always nice too. Normal stuff.
Do not upgrade.
Huh?
Do not upgrade.
Do not upgrade the Costco membership.
Base membership. Just keep it
Yeah.
base.
Why would I need anything else?
Because they're gonna tell you why. And
Why?
they're lying. They're
What's-
lying.
What's the what are
What
they
is-
gonna try and tempt me with?
Don't even think about it.
Oh, okay,
Wait,
cool.
wait, what is the upper membership actually?
Don't
get you?
we are not even going to talk about it.
He
We
said
only talk
copper.
about the fact that you don't do it. Okay, there's a whole bunch of nonsense that they'll be like, oh yeah, you could do this and that and get these huge discounts on this and it pays for itself real quickly. It doesn't because you never do those things.
Ah, that's
Anthony's
fair.
staring out in the distance because he's been hurt before.
Where'd
Not worth it.
Costco touch you?
Not worth it.
God. I'm so
Not
sorry, man.
Worth it.
The-
Don't.
Okay.
No.
But other than that, I've been pretty boring. I didn't do anything this weekend. I didn't do anything last week really either. I just like tried to recover from the holidays, I guess, and just vegged out. So I had a pretty good time. It was great.
Nice.
Yeah.
What are we
Well.
drinking today?
So today we have a semi-local distillery to where I'm at. And we have the ASW Resurgence Rye that has been finished in port casks.
Ooh, port,
So-
you say?
Has it made a resurgence?
Wow, shut up.
Yeah.
You disgust
The
me.
resurgence always resurges every year. It is 100% malted rye.
I'm drinking a malt.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll be a little confused. I can smell it from here. I'm just doing one of these.
So ASW is an Atlanta distillery, one of the like 2 or 3 that are here that do whiskey. And they're actually pretty good. They got really famous with a release of theirs called The Fiddler.
I feel like I've heard the Fiddler.
Yeah, The Fiddler's a really popular whiskey. And you can already see this is like a super dark whiskey.
This is already looking very tasty.
Yeah, we got like dark brown, reddish brown.
I'm trying to find the balance between the white light from my computer's monitor light and the warm light from the background. So I'm like, where is
And
it?
right off the nose, you can tell this is a rye.
Are you sure? Because right off my nose, I can tell this might be cherry juice.
Yep. That's what my nose picks up.
I do
I get the
definitely
rye under
get
it.
like dark cherries.
Ash, you have been there. If you want some, Ash, there's still plenty left, so feel free to come and have some. Yeah, we've been there, and I was a little bit too intoxicated inside of their barrel room.
I can imagine. They
Yo,
do
they're
a good
stuck
tasting stuff.
sticky.
Well, so we were there for a holiday party, and they it was one of those weird situations where nobody's having fun because it's like
Oh,
a company
no.
party.
Mhm.
And then I realized that this big fancy looking table is actually set up to be a ping pong table. So I go and open a wardrobe behind me. People like you guys are there and they're like, "No, Anthony, don't
What do
open
you
the
mean?
door.
People like
How
us?
dare you?" Y'all
What was
warned me
this?
of doing things that I should
Affront?
definitely
This
do.
is attack.
Y'all stop me from doing things I should definitely do all the time.
What are you saying? That's racist. My wife says that's racist.
What?
Against me and Anthony and me and Eric. It's
Okay.
racist.
Sure. Sure. I don't know what just happened. But sure. I open the wardrobe and lo and behold, there is a net and ping pong balls and ping pong paddles.
Oh no.
And I'm like, yes, finally, we're going to wake these people up. And so we install it all, start playing ping pong, get like a whole crowd of people watching and coming to play. And then eventually I just like make my way away from it. And
So
finally,
you started
people
the
are
craze
having
and you
fun.
left.
Yes. Yes. And then while we were there, since it was a big party, they were doing like rotational tours of the back room, I guess, where all the barrels are. Because you can't fit too many people in there. By the time it was my turn, man, we walk in there and the atmosphere was thick. Like
Yeah.
you could smell the wood. It was like you were breathing in sawdust.
Ooh.
And that's when I realized that I was fairly intoxicated and I might
no.
not make it out of this room.
Oh no.
Like, I was like,
You just
whoa.
pass out
But
somewhere.
luckily, Ash was there with me, so we were able to lean on each other.
Was Ash also intoxicated?
Probably. We definitely Ubered. So,
Okay, good.
Hey, as long as we Ubered, that's okay.
yeah. Well, I mean, I think that was one of those company paid for things, too. It was the Uber.
Oh,
Let's
nice.
go. Let's go.
Yeah. So that was a good time. It was a cool place. And yeah, I mean, I think that's really cool that they have like this super epic looking table. Oh, guess what? It's a ping pong table. When you want
That's
it
pretty
to be.
sick. I
Oh,
want to taste
and-
this.
Funnily enough, before we go, one of the ASW guys actually does follow the podcast. So cheers.
Cheers. Hope you
Cheers.
don't remember me. Just kidding. I didn't break anything. Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Mm.
Ooh,
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
sweetness, rye, spicy,
Mm.
peppery. Mmm. It comes back around a little bit too and gets this like meaty, fatty flavor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I'm here for that.
This is very powerful.
It is very
It's-
powerful.
It kicks.
So this is let me check the proof on this guy.
By
It
powerful,
is
I mean flavor powerful.
it is also flavor
It's-
powerful.
It's not very like
It's called
strong
flavor
to me.
power.
What would you say the proof is?
The proof is probably 45.
I'd say
45?
50.
50? It is 50.1.
Oh, look who got smoked.
Nice.
53 point. Oh, I forgot to tell you. This is one of the coolest bottle arts. Like ASW kills their bottle art.
Let's see the bottle
Design?
art. Share the screen. Oh, you've already got it in your hands. Okay, never mind. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
This is a nice little treat. Okay. Yeah, like I wasn't expecting that meat turn.
Yeah, it like turns into this fatty bacon meat
Mm.
flavor like 3/4 of the way through the experience. And afterwards you get like rye, white pepper type of notes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, overall a very pleasant rye experience.
Yo, that smoke off the top. It's so unassuming. It's like, maybe.
Oh,
I
you
might
have
be
a
doing something a
very
little weird.
you have a very different label. Yours is pink.
Pink?
Oh, on your bottle.
Your bottle, the label.
No, it's red.
His white balance is just off.
Yeah,
you-
yeah.
But on the website, it's a white background.
No, so the white
Ah.
background is a different resurgence. This is the finished in port casks. So you have to look up resurgence, finished in port casks.
I'm guessing the port is the sweet cherry off the top.
100%. Yeah. That sweet
Yeah.
cherry note. There really doesn't come across in the flavor too much. There's like a little bit there, but not nearly as much as on the nose.
It's in the aftertaste for me,
Yeah.
and I'm
I
not.
agree.
I'm not enjoying it as much as I would want to, because that cherry flavor is there. Because you know what
Interesting.
that reminds me of, Eric.
Oh, see, this one doesn't give
It
me
does not.
Robitussin
It
vibes.
doesn't give me Robitussin vibes right now, but the aftertaste is reminiscent.
I see. I'm not getting that yet, luckily.
Okay, good. I didn't want to exceptionize you, or did I?
Man,
Okay.
when you breathe in, it gets like this wood, dried fruit wood flavor. When
I
you like let
almost-
it coat your
yeah.
mouth and just breathe. And
I almost
it's really nice.
feel like it should be apricot.
Ooh, what was that flavor?
I don't know, man. I'm not you. Why
Did
would
you see it?
did
Well,
you see it?
like
It just ran past the screen.
Did you see the smell?
it like popped up and then just disappeared.
Well, you just have to go ahead and start running and finding it.
Maybe
Reminds
like
me of a time that,
tannins. There's like some bright fruity tannins.
So this one didn't make it to the best man speech, but you just remind me of the time that Eric and I are walking back from the pool and we see a squirrel, and I can't remember what Eric says. It might have been something like, "I think I could catch it," and then I say, "Go, Eric, go," and he fucking booked it. Like,
Yeah.
and he got inches, maybe even centimeters away. I can get you a glass too. And you know, that squirrel ended up hunting him down. A few months
It was
later,
like,
maybe even a year or two,
No shit.
Eric is probably about 30 to 40 miles away from the same location in college. And he's walking to class, or maybe he's walking to his car. I can't remember which. And suddenly, out of nowhere, a squirrel attacks him, climbs up his leg, goes absolutely nutso on him. It was the same squirrel.
Dude, you don't know that.
It was the same squirrel.
He had a scar over it.
He had the look. He looked at me with disdain.
He had the white tail with the gray body. Yeah. What is it? A shark's
One
eye.
could not mistake
Dead
the
man's
freckles
eyes.
underneath his eyes.
The dead man's eyes.
Yeah, no, funnily enough, true story. I was walking to class at like 5 a.m. and a squirrel tried to jump me. Came out of the bushes and everything.
Dude, Squirrel Mafia is real.
Dude, I felt like straight out of Rick and Morty,
Yeah.
where he has the squirrel talking headset, and they're like planning
they're
out
like, "Hey,
how to
wait,
take over
do we have-
NATO.
we have a situation Doolittle. Hey kid.
Yeah, situation do it. Hey kid, we'll give you some candy if you can understand us. We'll give you some candy. Hey, come back. And then he's like, "Gosh darn it, Morty, we gotta find a new universe because of this. Do you know how difficult that is?"
Oh my god, so good.
That was a good
Back when Rick and Morty was still like slapping it with the giggles.
Oh
Unfortunately.
man, I think their new episodes are also pretty good. I just don't I think there's a difference in quality, obviously, but I think their new like we're talking like a 9 to like a 7.5, you know. But
It's better than Family Guy.
oh, 100%.
By the
Current
way,
Family Guy.
I finally taste the malt.
Oh yeah. There is some maltiness there.
At the top.
Yeah.
And it's like under the port. It's like firmly under the port. Like
So
they've had a talk about it and like
This
Go
was
ahead, Anthony.
Finished in a port cask.
Mhm.
Yes. So
Yeah.
it's a 4-year rye, aged 2 years in the new American charred oak barrels, and then 2 years in a port cask.
Quick question: did Eric robot for you now?
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that's not me.
Yes. Yes.
Oh no,
Yes.
am I still roboting?
Yes.
Uh,
No, you're fine now. But your
Not, it's
camera
not like
quality is
active.
It was
a
just
little
a
lower.
second.
Something happened. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, you're coming back.
Okay.
You're okay. You're okay there, bud.
No,
You're
you
okay.
I'm okay.
It's
I'm
all
okay
gonna
there.
be
I'm
okay there,
okay.
bud.
You okay
Oh, no, you okay? I'm
Everybody
okay.
just chill the fuck out. Everybody just chill.
So,
Oh man. Oh, man.
I forgot to say, when doing my new build, I 3D printed. Let's see if I can. They're all the way over there.
Oh.
I 3D these little cable holders, and essentially you can like roll up cables and then pull them from either side, so both sides can extend it. Essentially, you can make a cable with a little puck in the middle. You can kind of see the little pucks. They're like on top of here. I also bought some magnet strips. They're command strips, but they're magnets. And so now I can put them in underneath the table, magnet them to the underside of the table, and just roll up the cables so they're the perfect length.
That sounds like a Linus Tech Tips thing.
Yeah, it was really cool. It fixed the length on my headphones. So now I have my headphones like the perfect length.
He's using it on everything. Oh.
And I have a 3D printer and I can print hundreds of those things.
So what is it called that you're printing?
I'm printing. So if you look up
what's the print called?
Exactly what it's called is on my other. But if you look up 3D printed cable reel, REEL.
Oh,
you'll see kind of what I'm working with. And there's one called the USB cable reel version 2. And that is the exact one I put in here. I'll put it in the chat here. Can I post links in the chat?
So you're magnetizing those?
Yes, so I'm putting magnet strips on the bottom of them. I can put it in this chat.
And they spin?
Did you glue it?
Yeah.
Did you glue the magnets into the bottom?
Yeah, so the magnets actually have an adhesive on them. So they have a minor adhesive. It doesn't support a lot of weight. I have a glue one that's heavier.
I've printed these before.
Is it this?
Yeah, this. Yeah, that's
legit.
it. That's it.
Yeah. Okay, shared screen. Okay.
Yeah. And so I have a bunch of these, and it just rolls them up, and they're super nice.
I believe it. Yeah, I printed those. God, I think they were like one of my first few prints out of the school 3D printer that I was using, and I think I printed them at the wrong fill, or just like I was just figuring out how to print, so I think there was just other issues with it, but they fell apart after a while.
So I actually I found a guy who does a new sidewall that is a thicker sidewall for them. So if you look up like 3D, the remixes has some different walls that are actually sturdier for this one.
I see.
Because the original one actually does have thin walls on the edges, so it's easy
flimsy
to snap them.
Yeah.
But the redone wall is like super thick. It has like grips on the side so that it's easier to grip.
Okay.
Makes it real nice.
Well, you look at that.
Sweet.
But yeah. Very
Nice.
cool. Very cool.
Anthony, what do you think about this whiskey?
Oh, I have mixed feelings about it.
As do I. Continue.
It's on one hand, it's like, oh, there's so many flavors and stuff going on, but unfortunately, I'm not a big fan of a lot of the flavors.
Yeah.
And then one of those things where like, what is it? Redbreast 12 is finished in what casks?
Ruby port.
Ruby port casks.
This is a tawny port.
I feel like Redbreast 12, with it being finished in a cask, isn't like overwhelming and crazy. It almost feels like, and maybe even given the color, they didn't fully empty the cask of the wine because there's so much flavor going on, you know. And with other things, it's a bit more subtle. And I would prefer the more subtle situation. And it's a little confusing because it's almost like when we have a really good bourbon and we're like, oh man, it's like Willy Wonka's everlasting gobstopper. There's so much going on.
So many flavors.
And it's like, well, yeah, that's what happens when you pour wine in your whiskey, right? Like,
yeah, there's a lot of flavors going on. Yeah.
So to me, it's not quite the same thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I both like it and don't like it at the same time. Like it's interesting, but it's not whiskey enough,
It's not whiskey in for me.
if that makes sense.
Okay.
I'm gonna try it again here.
I have a question then. Off of off rip, like when you first started tasting it, was your view of it higher or lower?
Like the first taste.
Yeah, first taste, were you like ooh, or did it already start kind of like I'm not so sure about this?
At first, I wasn't so sure. But it's kind of gotten better
Mm-hmm.
since the first taste. First taste was a little bit like too much going on. It's still just very sweet. I feel like they did not empty and potentially even dry out like the barrel.
The
the wine.
port barrel.
Yeah. Because it feels like this is just mixed with wine, not just aged in a wine barrel.
Got some of that.
You feel like you got too much port in there.
That fresh port. Just pour it right in.
Port.
I mean, often there's one that's like finished in a port barrel or something, and I'm like, I have no idea if that did anything because I can't tell. This one is like I can really tell, and I'm like, well, maybe it's because there's wine in it. I don't know.
I will agree in saying that I don't know if I've run into a I don't know if I've run into a port finished whiskey or bourbon that I have not like come to this aftertaste and been like this could be better. And I don't know if it's just because with the finishing of whiskey and there being an aftertaste of port, that's like a flavor palette that I don't jive with. But ever since you said Eric Robitussin, it's
no, I ruined you.
It's like every time I'm like, oh, there it is. And now I can't not think of it. Now I'm like, oh, it's medicinal.
It's medicinal. Oh
yeah,
no.
Yeah. It's not bad. It's not like truly medicinal. It's not like ugh. As a barber, I always love the show. It has every stage of beard growth. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Basis here.
I went a little heavy with the trimming today. I almost I almost took it all off.
Bruh.
I'm just starting us off. I like to be,
Zorro.
Early to rise, this boy.
Yeah.
Early to rise.
Is he still a teenager list? I don't know.
He's got that princess vibe look, princess bride look, you know?
Yeah.
He looks like he rolls down the hill
I
saying
don't-
as you wish or something like that.
I was honestly trying to see if they would cast me in the live action Tangle, and
You have too much facial hair for that role, my friend. Yep.
That's what they said.
Yeah. So this is your grief beard, is what you're saying. Okay, got it.
Yes.
Got it. Got
Just
it.
started.
I just wanna know
Anthony,
if
where's your grief beard at?
wait. I must have zoned out. What is a grief beard?
It's whenever you grow a beard because you just like you're in grief, you're like grieving something, right? So you stop taking care of yourself. So you just like everything starts growing out and looking kind of scraggly. It's not a nice beard. It's like a untamed beard.
No, see, I'm the guy that had to shave twice a day.
Yeah. See,
So
like I know it's
I
not
have-
you. Yeah.
I have a I can't keep up with this beard. I got so tired of shaving so often. I was just like, I'm done. Like it takes too long. There's just too much of it. Let's just let her rip. And then for a long time I was doing the trim, like the short, nice and tight trim it. But then I was like, whatever, let's just let it go.
You guys would look like babies if you didn't have facial hair at this point.
Actually, I shaved once when picking up my wife from a airport, and
you
she
look
walked right
exactly the
past
same.
me.
Yeah. You look
And-
exactly the same as you were like
Yeah.
10 years ago.
Yeah, she hates it. She thought she's like, you look younger than me. That's not okay.
It's disgusting.
All right.
Absolutely disgusting. I understand.
I wonder if it would still work.
I mean, you really shouldn't try.
Don't tempt me.
It shows up on the next podcast, no beard. Or the next stream, because we might play a video game. We'll see. I don't know.
I don't know if I could
don't
ever
know.
fully shave it because I know that like there's this thing that goes on. I look like a literal child.
Yeah, you look like a baby.
There's a thing with hair where it all grows at different stages. So like
Yeah.
some hair doesn't grow while other hair grows. And so when I
Yeah.
first started growing it out, people kept asking, they're like, how do you do that? Like, why does your beard look so good? How does it look so good? And I was like, you literally just have to stop shaving
Mm-hmm.
and you could trim it, but that length is where things will hopefully eventually get to.
Mm-hmm.
I kept getting annoyed every time I would go to like get my hair cut and they'd do like a cleanup and I'd tell them don't touch anything on my cheeks because this stuff coming up in here, which you can't even see it because it's too fair.
It's too blonde and fair.
It takes forever to come in. And
Why do you want that high of a beard, bro?
because I can.
Okay. It's like some Wolfman kind of stuff, but okay.
I mean, that's it.
Up
Wha-
here? You
Yeah,
want up here,
It goes
Up
up to here.
bro. That's gonna be years.
Yeah, I mean it's there. It's literally like you can see me pulling on it, but you can't
like
see
the
it because it's
thickness
too
of, like, if you
blonde.
want the
Jeez.
thickness of this
See that?
up here, that's gonna be.
It actually is. Like, isn't that crazy? Like, look at this. So that's way up there, and look how far away my finger is when it's coming off.
It's long.
So it already worked. It's already
Yeah.
there. It's just too blonde.
It's too fair.
It's translucent.
Oh my god,
Strive to be as fuzzy as possible. Yeah.
Anthony, what would you rate this whiskey, my guy?
Ah,
Yeah, it's you. I got to ask first, so it's you. Whoever asks first
It's
gets
been
to choose.
slowly going farther and farther down.
Ash,
for
it
me.
does make you a furry, absolutely.
Does that make you a
And
furry?
I will abstain from talking to you for as long as I can because of this. No.
I still think girls are gross. Girls like hairy, gross men. Like they're attracted to
Bro.
grossness. So I mean, come on.
It is
Also,
what
I
it
grew up with
is.
two sisters. I know what their bathroom looks like.
Bro. TMI, bro.
We shared the bathroom. It
Why
sucks.
are
I
you
didn't give you
just
too much
like why are
information.
you just putting them on blast like that? Stop.
Everybody needs to know that women are far dirtier like than guys. Like the stuff
They're
they talk about.
equally dirty.
No,
They're equally
no.
dirty.
You need to talk to some girls about what they talk about, and then you will immediately ask them to stop.
I thought you meant like actually like cleanliness, like stuff on the floor and stuff. I'm like, we're equally as dirty.
No,
Like,
girls are dirtier by far. Across the board, they are dirtier. Yes. Think
agree
about
to
it. Think
disagree.
about it.
Yeah.
Guys that are straight, at least, maybe even not straight guys, like girls that are very clean and pretty. You know, they don't have all this beard
that's an
hair.
assumption.
They don't
That's
have
an
all
assumption.
this leg hair. Like apparently that's what guys like. They like the nice tidy girl,
Okay.
right? But then girls like a bear. You know, like they just
A big man bear.
yeah.
A man
Yeah.
bear.
A man bear pig.
And you know what you like is what you live in. Anyways,
Bro, that's
this
gross.
is like a 4 out of 10.
Okay, there we
for
go.
me.
We came back.
4 out of 10.
Yeah, it's all right.
Daily drinker?
I would not want to drink it again.
Oh, you wouldn't want to drink it again at all.
I mean, if people were drinking it, I would drink it, but I'm not gonna order it. Like it's just there's too much going on in a weird way. I don't feel like I just drink a whiskey or a rye.
Okay, what would you pay for it?
I would not.
0?
I mean,
Okay.
it's probably worth like $50, 40 or $50,
Well,
but not to me.
not to you.
But not to me.
But it's also
Okay.
it could just be the flavors. I don't know.
It's a
I
weird
don't know. I'm
one.
conflicted.
Confliction. What would you rate it?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought what Anthony still had to go ahead and say how much he would pay for it. Oh,
No,
you would
you-
not buy it. Got it. Um, man, this one like I was really excited for. After opening the bottle, I was super stoked about this. And then as soon as I started tasting it, like first sip, I was like, okay, we're doing something interesting. This is kind of fun. And then like by the third sip, I was like, okay, something's wrong. Something is happening. Yeah. I would say I would give this I give this a 3. And the
3.
only reason why I'd give it a 3 is because it's definitely drinkable. It is probably up somebody's alley for sure. Like I feel like there's a large demographic for this because I keep on hearing about port finished whiskeys and bourbons, and they all have this aftertaste. That being said, the turns of flavor are interesting enough on the whiskey end where you're kind of disappointed that at the end all you're left with is like port with whiskey afternotes as well. Like I'd much rather the sweetness be minimized and the whiskey like have a little bit more room to shine and like possibly take us a little bit more on that journey more convincingly, because we turned that corner into the meat, but like every other time I sipped after that, I was like, where did that go? Because now all I can taste is the port. So I give it a 3. I would not do a daily drinker of this.
Okay.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
What would you pay?
No, this is not a daily drinker. I would pay. I'd pay $40 for this. I'm sure somebody I know would love this. I'd pay $40. It's a nice gift to somebody who's like into whiskey, may not have tried it before, it like something exotic, wants to try something new. Give it to him.
Okay.
So
Go ahead, Eric. What do you got? What do you got? What do you got?
Well, before that, Anthony.
Go ahead.
What
Say
were
it.
you gonna say?
well, the biggest thing to me is just that I have made this. What the shit?
Same here. Same here.
Oh my god, my stream deck just fell, and that was
Oh.
very loud. Scared the crap out of me.
Oh no.
Anyways, so a long time ago, Ash bought me a barrel, a little like 2-liter personal barrel to age your own stuff in or to brew your own stuff in, right? And they only last so long, but once they're done, you can just put wine in them and it'll infuse the barrel with some flavor, and then you put a whiskey in it after that, and then you have a very flavorful whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've literally created this already on my own repetitively with a, like $20 to $30 bottle. And I can do that like indefinitely. So to me, the whole like aging it in another thing and then getting this much flavor added to it is not attractive or appealing. And it's completely different than when like the Redbreast 12 does a really good job of aging theirs in the casks that they use, because it's adding a note of flavor, not overpowering it with a bunch of wine flavors. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I could see that. I think there's something to be said about the how they're doing this aging. And for me, they're actually finishing this for a fairly long time, like years. Barrel is a relatively long time in the finishing barrel comparatively to some of the other products that do finishing. I've seen finishings anywhere from like 3 months, a year, but 2 years is actually a pretty long time in a barrel.
Oh, okay.
And so
Okay.
you're going to get a good bit of time in that barrel. So you're going to get a lot of the flavor, and that's definitely happening here. You're also getting a pretty young whiskey too. 2 years isn't a long time for a whiskey. you're not going to get the mellowness or the flavors pulled out of that base whiskey
only
barrel
2
from a
years?
2-year whiskey. Well, it's 4 years.
No,
But it's
no,
4 years.
It's 4 years
Yeah, it's a
in the
2-year
standard
whiskey
cask, and then 2
and a
years
2-year finish. So
finishing. Wow,
very unique in that way. And I think you get some of the harsh flavors that you get from some of these younger whiskeys, and then you're putting that and you're like opening it in the port cask finish. Now, for me, do I think it's a bad whiskey? Definitely not. It's not a bad whiskey. This is a drinkable whiskey, in my opinion. And a lot going on. It's fun. I love the meaty flavor that it gets right there, right after the start. It kind of goes sweet, meaty into this peppery, like pepper spice finish. And I do think that each one of those is too loud in one note for what it is. And I would love to see more dynamic flavors throughout that, because you're just like tobacco up front, meatiness in the middle, and then pepper. And it's really strong in all of those. I know Ash threw me off too. I was like,
I was like, you were going, and then I looked at what Ash said. I was
and
like,
then I looked over and I was like, but
man.
but yeah, it's not a bad whiskey by any means. I actually think it pulls off rye pretty nicely, in my opinion. I tend to agree with what y'all are saying. Like, it's a little sweet, a little too sweet. It's a little noisy all over the place. And that's not to say that like I dislike any of the things, but it definitely feels like it's trying dessert, dinner, and an appetizer all at the same time. And it's not doing it in a way that is pleasant like some of the other ones. It's just kind of like shoving it all in. And what are you thinking
Was
about,
that Eric?
Matt? Hey,
what is that, Eric? Why don't you
gotta-
go ahead and say it again for the class?
You gotta put that full meal in there. I don't know. what
Don't
to
say it
tell
like that. Ew,
I don't know what to tell you.
Ew, no, don't say it like that. I don't want you to say it like that. I rescind my statement.
I would say
Continue.
abort. So I tend to agree. I think around 3 stage for me. It definitely isn't a bad whiskey. I definitely think it's worth a try. It's got a lot of one, which is very unique. This is a fun distillery whiskey, because I think if you were to have this with certain types of food that were very subtle and like didn't have a lot going on, this could pair really well because it's very loud. So for either very subtle foods that aren't very interesting or foods that are so one note strong, like something very spicy, I could see this pairing really well with spicy, and it'd be a nice we have with that. And so I don't think it's terrible. I agree. This isn't a daily drinker. This definitely feels like a whiskey for a time and a place. And I tend to agree. It's somewhere around the $60 mark. And with that, the unfortunate side of our story begins. Coming in at a whopping $100, we have the Resurgence Rye. Not your rye.
No.
But yes.
Eric,
Yes.
your internet is shit in the bed.
True.
Yeah.
That also. Yeah, you went full glitchy during that explanation.
Full
I didn't want
glitch.
to stop you, but
Oh yeah, and
Just for y'all or for the stream? How's the stream looking, Ash?
yeah, it looks terrible.
extremely he looks fine.
No, so like
I'm looking
on
at the wrong
that
thing. I'm looking at
stream,
the wrong thing.
everyone looks crystal clear.
Ooh.
But on Eric, your stream, at least we don't look clear, and your stream is like maybe 15 to 30 seconds, maybe even longer behind.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think it's
Trying to
trying to
buffer.
compensate.
Taphaven.
let me
Taphaven. I
let me
am
reload
I
this
am-
real quick.
Ooh,
and see if that
buffering
helps.
hard. I'm
Yeah.
buffering hard on Taphaven.
Where do you see that?
On the Taphaven podcast.
Oh yeah, looking at yourself, you see how.
Yeah, I'm like
Yeah.
super buffered.
Oh, right.
And
I
Eric
forgot
just
that-
left.
He has 2 Twitches going.
Yeah, he's got 2 things going. That's why he's getting
Well, he has 3.
because
He
he's
has
got
3
YouTube.
streams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, he's having issues. His
Yeah.
computer is streaming 3 times. Eric,
Yeah.
you're streaming 3 times.
Again,
I'm streaming twice.
the only reason why I don't think that's the issue is because I'm using like less than 1% of my computer and less than like 1% of my internet bandwidth. So I'm not saying there isn't something going on, obviously, but there's something else that is causing an issue, I imagine. So, and I don't know what that is. I actually think that there is some setting or something. So I have a new computer, audience, and I imagine there is some setting that I have by default in the OBS on my new computer that I've already fixed or changed in the in OBS, and I just haven't set that up correctly on this new computer yet.
Well, it's working pretty well now.
So I just lowered the bit rate significantly, so it'll be smooth.
Nice.
But I don't think
What's your bit rate
I put it down to 3,000.
for your OBS?
Yeah.
Huh,
And I
usually you
lowered
can't
the
change
frames
that.
per second. Oh, no. It you can change the bit rate while streaming now. That was in a recent update.
Incredible.
And I can see the bit rates following it in the bottom.
Yeah, I'm checking everything, and now I can see like everything's going on
So
pretty well. Not bad.
the I also lowered the frames per second that I'm sending to Video Ninja, which was on my old computer but wasn't on this one. So now I'm sending at 30 FPS instead of 60 FPS, and I'm streaming
definitely
at 3,000 bit rate instead of 5,000 bit rate. None of
Well,
which should have
everything
been
looks pretty good now.
Yeah, same.
I imagine I suspect that likely I was hitting some artificial software bit wall, or there's some setting I have that can't do that much bit rate for some reason.
Very possible.
But my computer and internet should be able to do it no problem. So there's some weirdness going on.
Do you have any dropped frames on your end?
Do I have what?
Do you have any dropped frames on your end?
Not since I lowered the bit rate.
Okay. Cool. All right, then. Well, I believe we must bid this whiskey adieu. I do think that my father will not enjoy this one.
Anthony's like playing with the stream bit rate now.
Oh my god. You're the worst. You're the worst.
Well, the fun thing was just watching like, oh, okay, my stuff got weirdly out of sync. I
Oh, look at
really
that.
backed everything up.
Oh, look at that.
I had to refresh all of your streams, and well, the
Mm.
YouTube one is still pretty far behind the others, but the Twitch streams are in sync finally.
Will you just look at that?
Weird stuff, man. Inception.
Some would
I'm
say,
robotic and fuzzy. What the hell?
Bro,
that was
what-
a while
that
ago.
was a
That was a
while
while
ago,
ago,
my guy.
Yeah. Just to
Yeah.
put it out there.
You're robotic and
That's
fuzzy
supposed to
like
mean?
you, because
What's that supposed to mean?
you're a robotic Sasquatch. That's what it means. Anyway, moving on to the next topic.
What have y'all been playing?
Oh, I guess I should go.
Dude, go for it. Go for it.
Anthony, do you have something that you want to say? You look like you're trying to say something. That or you're pooping.
I played Path of Exile as well. Go ahead.
Okay, perfect. Wait, so we all asynchronously played Path of Exile, but didn't play with each other?
I will
weekend?
admit that you two have been playing Path of Exile for a while now and never asked me to play.
I literally played it for 2 days before today.
You have been online / playing it for at least like a week now.
No, I am. Oh my god.
Like maybe since Tuesday.
No, I have not. Have I? Wait.
I think you might have bought it on like Tuesday.
When did I buy it? Hold on. He might. Hold on. Anthony might be right. Anthony might be right. Let me go ahead and check.
You haven't played it much, but you have owned it.
Play for
much.
15 hours, dude. I don't know about played it.
Okay,
much.
that's a decent amount. That's way more than me.
Oh, yeah. When did I buy this? Anyway, continue as you were. I'm gonna find out when I bought this. Oh, played January 25th. Okay, first time I played it was January 25th. It's January 27th,
Loney.
bro. I'm looking at it right now. Oh, wait. Hold
That's gotta be a
on. No,
lie.
you played it.
Yeah,
January
that's
25th for the first
me.
time.
Good God.
I played it for the first time January 22nd.
As that's a Wednesday. Mhm.
I watched Eric play it on stream, and I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't watch him fail at the boss over and over again. I was like, I can do this. This is fine. I'm gonna make my way. And then I made it to the first boss, and I was like, oh, this game is actually like, I actually have to try.
The maggot layer boss.
Yeah, you have to try. Like you can't just like fuck around and find out.
Yeah, it was annoying.
Oh my god! I started with a mercenary, and a lot of fun. Like it makes me feel like I'm a SWAT team member who's going into rooms with a shotgun, just like clearing the room, just like clear, clear, throwing grenades in as I run away. Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Boom.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Very weighty combat. I'm very excited. I
Very
watched
weighty.
a friend of mine, Jason. You guys know him. He's playing a what is it? Conscript warrior, whatever it is. He was playing the melee based class, and I was like, oh man, that looks like a lot of fun. But then I think at a certain point the game starts actually like showing you its teeth, if that makes any sense. And it's like, yeah, like you need to know what you're doing. You have to you have to do something to benefit your play style very early on, or else you will be dead in the water doing like no damage and having to constantly deal with like just mobs of stuff. Like if you don't have a good idea as to where you want to go, you're going to have problems. So yeah, I had a good time with it though. I'm still having a good time with it. I have created 3 characters at this point. None of them are very
Which
high
3?
level.
Which 3?
I created a ranger, I created the warrior based class, and then I created the mercenary. And
I thought I saw you playing a sorcerer.
And a sorcerer. So 4. Never mind. I played 4. Oh, the sorcerer.
How far have you gotten? Like, what's your farthest
Act
character? What level?
2 before the ascendancy of the class. Yeah. So,
okay.
Yeah. I haven't gotten deep with any of the characters yet. So.
We actually played on the Steam Decks.
Ooh.
Oh, how is that? How does it play
go?
on the Steam Deck?
So you have to find a Reddit post to change the settings because it doesn't have the right settings right off the bat. You'll like go straight to picking your character and you'll be like, whoa, this looks terrible.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna try the default settings, but it was so bad. I just went, okay, open up the Reddit post, change all these settings, and then it runs surprisingly well. You'll go into a city and it'll stutter a bunch, but it'll eventually, I guess, load in everything it needs to, and then you're fine.
Mm.
But yeah,
Have you hit any boss fights that have like stuttered the device or no?
I didn't notice any stuttering while we were fighting the maggot layer boss.
Have you gotten
Oh.
any farther than the maggot layer boss?
No, because we only had the one play session, and we went to bed after that one. Yeah,
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. That is
we were
good.
both kind of sick. Like, literally sick. Yeah.
What are you
Oh,
trying?
no.
Oh yeah, you got. Wait, you both are sick. I thought you were telling
Yes.
me and Eric that we are sick.
No,
Got it. Got
no,
it.
y'all have a different type of disease.
Got
Uh,
it. Fair. Heard.
But yeah,
Oh, sugar honey iced tea. I didn't talk about this last time, did I? Castlevania Nocturne.
I started watching
You
that.
did a
Me
little
and Ash
bit.
started
I
watching.
did a
that.
little bit, or did
Yeah.
I like it was
You
coming
brought
out, or
it
I
up.
had already watched it?
I think you had already
Oh.
watched it a little.
No, if I had already watched it, I would have gushed like a motherfucker.
Well, you did, and then we talked. We talked about the voice acting. Remember?
Oh yeah, the volume issues. Yeah, okay, never mind. Okay, good. We're good. We're good. We're
Yeah,
good. We're
yeah,
good.
So I'm
I'm
on
just-
episode like 4 or 5 of that season 1.
Bro,
Nice.
Yeah,
bro,
pretty intense.
the scene with the daughter in the church. I don't know if you've gotten to it yet.
No, I'm on
Mm.
season 1. Season 1.
Season what,
Yeah. Just started.
Yeah.
bro? Okay.
Also, literally right before the podcast, watched episode 1 of Solo Leveling, season 2.
Oh,
So episode 13.
And
Wow. So
Yeah.
good.
it's
yeah.
so good.
yeah,
Especially like, oh my god, if you had that sword, I would have died.
Yeah.
I think he might still be stronger than me.
I know, right? Isn't that so dope?
It's so good.
He's like, oh, you're pretty
Absolutely.
strong.
Like one of those side eyes things where you're like,
And he
Bruh.
fucking bows
bro.
I
in front of
know.
him. And it's
It's
just
so
like,
dope.
Eagers
oh,
is such a fucking G, dude.
it's nuts.
Oh, I
man.
love that
Dude.
entire arc. I love the fact that like literally it is Sung Jin Woo at that point should not have beaten Aegis. And the
Yeah.
fact that he picks him up as a ghost is like the stupidest power spike.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then moving forward, it's just a fucking boulder down a mountain. It's
Dude,
so
I
good.
will say one of my favorite parts of that episode and one of my favorite parts of the manga up to that point was so
Mhm.
subtle, and they don't really talk about it in the show. In the manga, I think they give the inner voice of the other character.
Mm.
But when the S rank guy, he walks out and he's upset that he didn't get the elf, and the S rank
Oh,
guy
yeah, yeah,
grabs
yeah.
him and he like looks at him. And in that moment in the manga, I'm pretty sure you get the inner voice of this guy is not E rank.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in the anime, he like takes a step back when Sung Woo turns around.
Are you
Yeah.
And
talking
it's
about
still
like
just so epic.
He hasn't gotten to
season
that point,
2?
Eric.
Yeah, I've only watched the first episode.
This is episode 2.
This is in the episode 1. It's the very end. When he leaves
Episode 1, he's
the-
already in the portal?
He doesn't leave the portal because they're stuck there at the end of episode 1.
Really?
Yeah.
They are still in there. At the end of episode
At the
1,
end of episode 1, they're still
the
in.
tank is
What?
running, crying like a baby.
Yeah. Episode 2 is the pop-off fight with the elf.
Why did I think that was
hasn't watched?
episode
Wait,
1?
Anthony, have you already watched that?
No.
Okay, so
Oh
we'll
my
stop
gosh.
talking-
If
we'll
my
stop
wife
talking
isn't
about
too
it, but
tired,
yeah.
we're gonna go and probably binge watch it.
Dude,
Let's
go
dude.
watch it.
Tonight.
Oh my god.
Let's just end the podcast.
So we got to end the
now,
podcast
guys.
a little
We
early.
gotta go.
We're only an hour in.
He
Bye.
needs to catch up, bro. Oh my god.
Oh man.
One
Yeah,
thing
that's
I-
very
yeah.
weird. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was the episode. You got awesome episode ahead of you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You probably
Hell of an
watched
episode.
both back to back.
maybe.
Mhm.
Yeah, I probably
They
did.
probably
'cause
bled together.
we were like super busy, so I didn't get to like do anything this weekend. I don't think I've seen the new episode of Solo Leveling. We ended
Right.
up having to. So my judo gym, we actually had to move out of our current spot this past
Mm.
weekend. So I was helping them. We essentially had to unnail all of the wood from the cement flooring,
Yikes.
get up all the stuff. It was like a whole truck full of equipment that we were moving for like hours
Jesus,
yesterday.
man.
So
Your YouTube stream ended 3 minutes ago.
yes, I ended it to see if it would make the other ones more consistent.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I got confused for a second because I saw
Nobody-
myself wearing a
nobody-
hat.
Yeah,
Confused.
usually people don't watch the YouTube stream anyways. YouTube just the algorithm doesn't promote live streams very
At all.
at all.
Yeah.
So I usually do it because it makes the editing even easier nowadays, but I can just move the Twitch one over to the YouTube one.
Yeah.
So and I figured it would make it a little bit more it did it for the greater good.
He did it for us, you know? Guys,
Again,
guys. Another thing that I need to talk about. And it's
shoot.
it's something that I have to speak from my chest about because I know it's really a fandom that I
Say
on
it
this
with your
podcast
chest.
support, and it's not really anybody else. I mean, like, not really, you know, like I don't see any of you guys doing the end game content of this game. But Monster Hunter Wilds comes out on my birthday,
Ooh.
and it just looks so good.
Great.
It just looks so good, and I'm just
It does
wondering
look
what
good.
I'm wondering if I can even take a day off for the game, or if I'm gonna have to go ahead and just like play it over the weekend. I feel like if I don't play it when it comes out, I'm just never gonna be able to like make time for it though.
I feel like it coming out on your birthday is like the universe telling you, yes, you should be a streamer. You would do well. Maybe start with this, bitch.
Maybe start with
on-
this. Maybe
And when
start
is
with
it?
this.
February
you
20.
slut.
Yeah.
Yeah, February 27th, 2025 is Monster Hunter Wilds, and I'm not even that good at the game, guys. Like, I'm really not. Like, I'm not gifted at it or anything, but man, listen to the universe now. I
That-
know,
And that is your way in. Okay?
I'm just
Because
not. I'm not.
People
good.
don't care to watch the guy that's good.
No.
You want the underdog to win. You want the guy that doesn't win to win. You want the low E rank to win.
But what if
Come
like,
on,
but what if
Sunwoo!
what if I'm too good though? What if I'm like like people are like, oh, like he knows a little bit about the game. He's just bad.
It's because that's called your second ascending, your second awakening.
Second awakening. I'm not sung, dude. I am not sung drip woo. Okay, like
Could be.
I am not sung drip woo. Like back to solo leveling. Anyway,
Well, I was gonna say, you know what
we don't
We
because
should-
you didn't say anything there.
we should I was saying
You're still not saying a lot of things. Oh boy.
so 28th
20th
we should just take the day off and do a marathon stream.
of.
Monster Hunter.
So you take off the entire day of the 28th. Let's see what.
Yeah,
day-
I we have all weekend.
Oh, I see what you mean.
72-hour
I have to go work out,
Monster
guys.
Hunter Wild.
72 hours of Monster Hunter Wilds.
Hey, we could beat the game.
I mean, it won't be hard to beat the game. The problem is what happens after. It's always what happens after.
Exactly.
You fucking plebs. You have no idea.
How can we beat the whole thing in one weekend?
It's not even about beating the game. It's about like how well you. Actually, it is about how well you do at the game. Like it is about beating the game.
I feel like we could.
Let me see what I can do. Let me see if I
Yeah,
can pull
okay.
some favors.
The Taphaven's marathon.
The hunt for god, I don't even know what the flagship monster for this one is.
Who?
It's not Ray Dow, but Ray Dow looks like he should be a flagship. The design on him is so nice.
I'm down for it.
Ray Dow
We
is
have
the,
to
li-
choose
the
our
lightning
weapons
dragon.
early.
Yeah, we do have to choose our weapons. But I have actually been thinking, like if there was this year that I was like super excited for,
Mhm.
I was thinking about like one weekend just doing a 24-hour like marathon of it.
Bro, this game slaps so fucking hard. Ugh.
Yeah, it would
I'm
be
so-
fun.
I'm down. I will have
I'm in.
to decide whether I'm playing it on PS5 or on my PC.
We could
Probably should
even do it. By the way, I said take
crossplay.
off a day of work, but we theoretically could just do it after work
We
ends.
could also do
The
that.
only problem with that is it'd be a very long
Yes.
time
Yes.
for the marathon
True.
if we did a marathon.
True.
But if we started early in the morning, then it wouldn't be as bad because then you just go and then
Fair.
Saturday be able to sleep.
Bro. Yeah. It's gonna have to be made a priority. Very well. Okay. So I think what is it? Talked about Path of Exile 2. That was great. Talked about solo leveling. You've watched one episode, Anthony. You're still wondering if you're gonna go ahead and binge the rest. Talked about Monster Hunter. Okay, yeah, that's all my stuff. Oh, one last thing, for anybody who's into AI or whatever. The market is crashing right now. For anybody who is like an infrastructure or energy provider for AI specific tools and or services, because DeepSeek came out and literally said, "Hey, we did the same thing you guys did with $6 million that you guys spent billions on legacy technology. Well, sorry, not legacy technology, like on shadily gotten GPUs for $6 million, and on the same tech that you guys are doing it, we did exactly what ChatGPT is doing, and we're open source."
Interesting.
Yeah. So now everybody's looking at ChatGPT and OpenAI and like all these other AI providers and developers, and like, why are we giving you billions of dollars? What do you mean China just came out and is providing a competitive provider of generative content with a fraction of the cost?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Hey,
might want to look into
when
it.
labor's cheap.
When labor is cheap, but also I don't think that it's gonna go over well unless they like talk to some bigger friends, because I think they just got like cyber attacked like heavily. So
Yeah, I mean,
we'll see.
there's going to be a lot. Like when you start adding in like how much it costs for energy over there, over here, and then you start talking about like what labor cost is over there and what labor is over here. I mean, the pricing scale and models are just so different.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's very hard to compete right now.
I agree, but I also feel like 6 million is not a number that you can provide to a any form of, what is it, stakeholder. You can't say 6 million to a stakeholder who understandably may be working in a market that has resources that you don't have to pay as much for, and then say, oh, and then on the other side of this, they're paying like hundreds of billions of dollars. The math doesn't math.
Yeah.
Like it's such a leap in value. It's not even like cost of labor. They have made it. They've done the same thing more efficiently than us, and in the same amount of time.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's two things. One, that's what happens. Two,
Yes.
they also might have stolen it. Who knows? Like it's
it's
a
open source,
human,
so I mean, who knows?
it's a human iteration thing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the first time you make something, it's really expensive. The second time you make something, it's still expensive. The 100th time you make something, you finally figured out how to make it nice and affordable in a way.
Yeah.
Like scale wise.
I'm not saying that the theft in any way like isn't possible. I'm saying even with the theft and the value of labor and everything, it's millions to billions, guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's 6 million $665 billion from Meta alone is what's going into AI right now for this year. OpenAI has already been in this business, and they're making hundreds of billions off of the payment for the infrastructure that they need for ChatGPT.
Yeah, the other thing I was thinking when you brought it up was just that like AI has very much been the thing that people tout around to raise insane amounts of money for their new company
Whatever.
that's
Yeah.
going to give you the best solution to the best thing ever in existence, you know? So it's just like, of course there's stupid money in it right now while people think they understand it that don't understand it, and they're just, it's like a race. It's like a space race in
It
a
is
way,
very
but
much a race. Yes.
Yeah.
most of them don't realize that they're actually building little M80 rockets, not actual rockets.
Yes, absolutely. I think that's a great analogy in the sense that, like,
Yeah.
guys, this is not rocket science. Like, you
Yeah,
know?
it's going to go through, and it's going to go through its iterations, and it's going to get better and better, but it's going to be in between where it is now and the dreams that people have of it. But
Yeah.
it's not gonna be those dreams for who knows how long.
Dude, have y'all heard about the concept that I just recently heard of, where the idea is consciousness exists separately from like the body, right? That some
Okay.
people might call that spirit, whatever, but that's like the general principle.
Uh-huh.
And the idea, and I think this is in like Tron, is that once you've created like a robot, you know, or an AI infrastructure that fits the bill, a consciousness can now occupy it. So kind of like when a human is about to be born or something like that, during the process, a consciousness supposedly comes in and occupies
The space.
the baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, the space. Same thing with other living creatures. You know, consciousness can come and occupy it.
Energy
right.
energy doesn't exist outside of a vacuum. It has to be in the vacuum. So when you create something that can be a vessel, you fill it.
Yeah, so that's like the fun theory, is that like we won't create AI, we will create something that consciousness will be like, yeah, that's a suitable vessel.
I'm gonna get that.
And now I'm going
let me
to
smash.
be there. Yeah.
Let me
like,
smash.
Yeah.
The universe just out here trying to rub hands together like, hey, girl, say.
You know what would be
You gotta
interesting?
Say less.
Say less.
What would be crazy is if like it becomes proof for things like consciousness and like spiritual stuff.
Oh,
where
I would
like,
love that, man.
because right now most people don't understand that AI is just completely like 100% deduction, like by a
It's
human.
math.
A human can go in and be like, I know exactly why this was the outcome.
Mm.
And
It's probability. Yeah.
Yeah, but if there's ever multiple situations where it's like, that doesn't make sense, why did that happen, that should not have happened, that might be like evidence of a consciousness occupying the
Yeah. You're talking about hallucinations.
system. Hallucinations?
Yeah, hallucinations.
How so?
So
What is the horny
the
universe
horny
theory?
universe. Yeah, dude. The horny universe theory is always trying to figure out how it's gonna get inside, you know? I'm like,
Oh my
hold
god.
on. Hold on, I see a little bit of a vessel there. Let me go
Oh,
ahead and say
no.
hello.
Oh
Excuse
no.
me, madam. I saw you crossing the street over there, Miss ChatGPT. I just wanted to go ahead and say
Miss ChatGPT.
Anyway,
no.
hallucinations are deviations from whatever the requested generation a user gives to an AI. So like anytime that a cup is floating in the picture when you just ask for a kid to drink from a teacup, that's a hallucination. And that's what they're called. Yeah.
I thought you meant human hallucinations.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Just trying to fill those holes, baby. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Unfortunately, when like stuff gets big enough, though, like the human will be like, "Oh, that shouldn't happen," but it's really because they don't realize where their bug is or something like that, where they made a mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Hey,
But anyway, those were my things, guys.
Hmm.
I didn't mean to go ahead and go full tangent
you're
mode
good.
because I know.
Hey, no, you're good.
I played some more Wreckfest.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Okay.
My nephew just turned 7, and so I called him and I was bragging about it, and then his mom let me know, my sister,
Mm-hmm.
that he's not allowed to play Wreckfest anymore.
What happened?
It makes him too angry.
Oh no!
So he's gonna have to wait a bit, maybe when he's 10.
Wait. He got too angry?
Too angry.
He gets too
Oh,
angry.
no.
Yeah.
He's like,
So like,
"Don't you-"
yeah, I was like, because I was like, oh man, I can't wait till we play again. And then his mom's like, oh, I'm like,
Oh
No.
no, dang it.
dude, that sucks. I'm sorry,
Not
little dude.
allowed.
Yeah,
It's,
but
it's gonna be okay though, dude. You're gonna
it's a good
find your
game.
way.
It's a good game. Thanks to this game, my like interest in racing has been reignited.
Oh, there it
So
is.
I kind of avoided it for a while just because I think a trailer was terrible. There's this documentary series on Netflix called Formula One Drive to Survive. And I felt like that title, Drive to Survive, was just so, I don't know if rambunctious is the right word. It's bad.
Yeah.
It turned me off. I was like, I don't want to watch that.
Is that the one where
Um,
it's like the formula? It's like the true story of like somebody who played F1 online who became an actual
No,
F1 driver.
that is actually a really good movie.
Oh, really?
I watched that movie like last year sometime. That was a really good movie, and yes, it's true. Like I really enjoyed that actually.
Oh, okay.
I also started watching the Senna series, which is really good too so far. But the Formula One Drive to Survive documentary is actually like really good. Because I mean, you'll see some things that like if you're like me, you'll be like, you expected it, and you're like, I don't like that the sport is pay to win, but also most sports are pay to win.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that about most sports because when it comes to competition, I like even playing field as much as possible in a way.
Wish to pit your skill
You know?
against other skills and
Skills are
see
skill.
who is the master.
Yeah.
That is why I love gaming because it's like, unless you're actually cheating, same playing field, you know,
Yeah.
and you can't fake it.
You bring your
You
thumbs, I
can't
bring
buy
my
it.
thumbs.
Yeah. Yeah. And so in that series, of course, there are they talk about that, and there are people doing that, but there's actually a surprising amount of drivers who like came up from nothing, and their parents, like their dad was a mechanic, and he just, you know, helped his son get to the go-karting stuff, and now he's like one of the
F1
youngest
driver.
Formula One
Yeah.
drivers there is, and it's really cool. Like, you know, there's drivers that you'll hate and there's drivers that you'll love. And it's just really neat watching that series. But because of that, I actually tried playing the Formula One racing game on my PlayStation,
How'd that feel?
and whoo, man, it's hard.
Yeah.
Like it's so I really, it really makes me want to like start setting up my sim rig that I've always wanted, because there's a lot of stuff missing feedback wise when you're driving something like that. And
You mean
like
the
I like the,
G's?
yeah, and you can't really get that without a serious like huge
Yeah.
bill to pay
Yeah.
and massive
Yeah.
amount of space, but you can get other things
Okay.
like a butt kicker. Okay, so you attach this very like 5 hertz to like 20,000 hertz range like audio device, and you attach it to the bottom of your seat so it'll kick you in the butt. It's called a butt kicker. And that gives you feedback of like feeling your brakes give out, feeling your tires start to like screech and stuff like that. So you get stuff that you would get when you're in a car. And
I didn't know you were into that kind of stuff there, Anthony.
I mean, my
didn't know- I
uncle
didn't-
literally is an amateur race car driver.
I didn't know. I didn't know you in the universe shared the fact that you wanted to like just find out how to get into those holes.
Oh my God.
I didn't know
What
you
is
like to butt.
happening?
I didn't know you like to kick butts. Is that what kids call it these days?
Yeah, we're all kicking butts.
I see.
Left and right.
He does
Oh
not.
my God.
He does like the butt stuff. Oh, I see. I
gotta-
see.
The butt kicker haptics. Look, this is real stuff, guys.
This is
This is
actually real. This is real,
It's
guys.
not just me. Look,
I am
this is the
super
butt kicker.
serial.
the holiday sale's been extended.
No.
All right, let's see. If
Oh,
we can
he
find a
looks
good
so
picture.
happy. Go back up. He looks so
This
happy.
is not. There it is.
Yo, what
Yeah,
the fuck?
He does look very happy. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
Yeah, no. So you attach this device to your seat, and I guess now
And
we're
it-
on Instagram.
and it kicks your butt.
It literally gives you the feeling of like your chair vibrating.
Does it
as if
like
you're really in the
shoot
car.
up at you, or does it vibrate your car?
It's shaking.
Your chair?
It's shaking your chair. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Like you
okay.
can see
I was
here
like,
that they're just attaching it to a normal chair.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so you attach it to your chair and it vibrates it, and of course you're sitting on your chair, so you
Yeah.
feel it in the butt. Because if you've ever talked to a race car driver, they will all tell you that the most important feedback they get when driving a race car is in their butt.
Wow.
It is 100% true because it's just the center of gravity type of stuff. Like you can
Mhm.
feel
You become one with
lowest-
the car. Just say it, Anthony.
yeah, you become one
Just
with
say
the car,
it.
man.
There it is.
Come on,
Just
car.
say it.
One with the car.
You become one with the car.
Yeah.
You have the speed racer scene at the very end of the movie.
Yeah.
That's the best part. That's the best part of any movie that you've ever
Yeah.
seen. And you go back and watch it every single day because somewhere deep inside, you know you'll never be happier than this moment right here as you watch
Yeah.
Speed Racer make it from last all the way to first at the very end of the movie every time.
I mean, so this is a great segue because I guess I've never talked about how like this is actually what kind of brought me into gaming. So
Speed Racer?
No,
Or okay.
my uncle was a doctor, or is, I guess. I don't know if he's just stopped being a doctor.
Yeah, you can just stop.
You know, he doesn't have a practice right now, but I guess he's probably still certified. And he raced cars for as long as I can remember, you know, and we used to live with him. And so I've grown up around him, grown up around the track. He had like multiple amateur cars like in his garage.
Oh,
He had
wow.
a closet full of tires. Like, this is the coolest thing ever. You open that closet, like, what's in here? Oh, there's just a bunch of rubber. Like, it's
Interesting.
crazy. It was really cool. And like I would help him bleed the brakes and stuff like that. And one day he got a PlayStation for when I would visit. And before that I probably played with the Super Nintendo and played Mario and stuff like that. But with him, I played a bunch of like the first Need
Race
for
sims.
Speed, you know, games. And it was funny because like he's a race car driver and he sucks at this, and I'm like a little kid and I'm beating him, you know, and he keeps like crashing and stuff, and I'm like destroying my thumb because I'm tapping the like D-pad over and over again, and there's no analog sticks at the time.
Oh.
And so, you know, he'll like hold it and then get loose and crash. I'll like tap it, like tap, and then like at the end have like an indent on my thumb of a D-pad
Oh no.
and stuff like that, you know.
I
And so,
never
yeah,
understood
we
those
played them.
games. I didn't know that you were supposed to tap it.
Yeah, it doesn't make much
Mhm.
sense, does it?
No, it
It's-
doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Yeah,
I
you're
always
just, like-
hated
like
racing games when I was
wiggling.
younger. Yeah.
Well, they were bad. They were
Yeah.
bad.
Okay, just making sure.
It wasn't
didn't
not
know.
just it wasn't you.
Okay,
It didn't
good.
make sense.
Okay.
Analog sticks help, but like even to this day, when playing a racing game with an analog stick, I'm actually tapping it. I'm mostly wiggling it. I'm not like holding it. On rare occasion, I'll actually hold it
Mm,
because it's too difficult to hold it.
mm.
But yeah, but for the longest time, I've dreamt of having a sim rig. It's just a lot of work, you know. But it's
Pony
cool
up.
stuff.
Pony
And
up.
it's insanely cheap compared to actually racing.
The full rig that you see right there with Shift 3 performance.
This one here,
Yeah.
you know, this one doesn't actually look that bad. This one's not that expensive.
Sir?
You should see how.
Oh no,
crazy this stuff gets,
sir,
man.
I'm
This
gonna
one
tell
has a
you right
VR
now,
headset. That's cool.
sir.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You know what's crazy? I saw a guy 3D printed a whole bunch of stuff for a sim rig, but one of the things he printed was to mount a knock to a fan to, because he set up the Noctua fan with the racing game so that it will simulate wind. And so if the car isn't moving, fan's off. Faster the car's moving, the faster the fan is blowing air on it. It's crazy.
That's priceless.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts.
Did you do anything else, Anthony? What character did you play in Path of Exile?
I played the monk. I tried so hard not to because I was like, Eric's playing the monk. I should probably play something else.
Bro, I'm still
But
fighting that fight.
in the end, I was like, well, if he plays with me, he's gonna play something else.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll play the monk because the monk was just the most attractive thing to me. I was just like looking at all of them, and I was like,
I knew
The
that
monk
was
is
gonna happen.
super
looks cool.
fun. The monk is super fun.
The
Hmm.
monk is super fun. You know what else is not
I
fun?
hmm,
The fucking sorceress, man.
it's not.
I haven't
It's
I
just
haven't played
not-
the source.
Really,
It's
because that was
just
my
not- I
other
don't know, man.
first
I
pick.
don't know. Maybe I just don't know how to build it. Maybe I'm just like, maybe I just
Well,
don't
you
know
know-
what goal to set. But
In Diablo 2, sorceress was really dull until you got teleport.
that's fair.
Yeah. And even then, you really didn't get to enjoy teleport until you got the unique chest piece that gave you
3
teleport
times.
for free, so that you could actually enjoy teleport.
Yeah.
And then it went
Then
crazy.
you were like, oh
right?
shit, I have mobility for days.
And then
I
everybody
remember-
gets teleport. And then you go, why would I play a sorceress if everyone can teleport?
Every single character, I can guarantee you, if I in Diablo 2, if I was doing a hardcore run or some crazy run, or is actually like trying or a competitive run, I could not tell you how many times it was more efficient for me to grind the Act 2 boss over and over again until that unique chest dropped,
And move on with the game.
then move on with the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because that chess piece that gave Blink was so insanely good.
It was essential. So how was so monk was good. How far did you get?
We only got to the mag
Oh yeah, maggot woman.
Maggot.
Maggot.
I couldn't stop saying magnet.
Maggot lair boss.
Yeah, so that's as far as we got. Hopefully we'll play some more soon.
I might, oh my gosh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt there,
You're good.
but I might have figured it out.
Why you are suffering from lag?
Roboto.
2 things. One, the default for process priority is below normal.
I have no idea what that means.
No idea what that means.
That means that if your CPU is trying to focus on some other, so let's say VDO Ninja is taking up network resources. After some threshold, the CPU will prioritize VDO Ninja if it thinks it's of a higher priority. But you can set the process priority in OBS to be higher than that so that it will always do its resources first.
Mm.
Secondary to that, there is a network setting that is
Throttling you down.
that has options to dynamically change the bitrate, manage congestion, and enable network optimizations, which are both turned off, and I can't change them until I restart the stream.
Well.
Next time, hopefully will be better.
On Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, I'll make sure to change those before I close it so that next time those are all turned on. And I checked in my settings for my other one because I have all my settings saved because it was a nightmare trying to get this computer set up. All of that
Ooh.
is turned on for my other computer.
Fantastic.
So
Yeah, the only other thing I've done is I've played, of course, the one and only Star Citizen.
Mm-hmm.
Did an Operation Waffle House just before the stream of the podcast.
okay. Wait, hold up.
Eric might be joining us for an Operation Beef Wellington on Saturday.
No,
Nat.
I have questions. Why are these operations named the way they are?
for this reason. Exactly. The code names, Eric.
We're gonna have
can't-
Operation.
Can't spill all the secrets, man.
Beef Wellington.
Yeah, Operation Beef Wellington's on Saturday. There will be Operation Waffle House all day Thursday.
All
Like,
day Thursday.
9 to 5
Incredible.
Central.
Incredible. He took
I
a
don't know
day
if I'll
off
be
for
participating because I'll be working, but
I see. I see.
maybe
I see.
afterward.
I was like,
I'll
Not for
be
me.
enjoying that all-American breakfast after work.
Yeah. Yeah, no, so I'm in the meme fleet, the meme fleet org, which is the org that Hippo TC promptly created when he
Mhm.
started playing the game for a bunch of scoundrels like myself who like to pirate people.
terrible.
Stealing stuff,
Terrible.
breaking rules.
How did
Breaking
I
trust.
know he would be the one to steal things? Oh, I know. When we played V Rising, he went into that house with
Yeah.
the intent to
Yeah.
steal.
Yeah,
'Cause he
and
is-
it was hilarious.
Because he has no honor.
And when
FIFA.
there's no honor among thieves.
That's
And
true.
when we played Lying Pirates, name of the game,
Oh, God.
and I tell my friends, all of them, I look at them all in the eye and I go, shit, what'd I say?
Embrace
said-
your inner pirate or something like that, I think.
I said something like embrace the piracy.
Yeah.
And I proceeded to steal so many coins.
So many coins.
So much money. I lost horribly.
Next time I'm gonna put in a banker.
Right? Hire somebody to watch
I'm gonna
the
pay
money.
a coin per turn to somebody to guard the coins.
You can't afford that.
Not
I'll
in
be the
that game,
banker.
you can't. Oh, yeah, okay. That sounds
Yeah,
good. Yeah.
I'll be the banker.
Okay. Oh, my God.
Oh man, it was a good time. But yeah, no, it's been fun. The game's doing. I mean, the game's an alpha, so it's doing an alpha.
It's doing it now.
Yeah, there's a big patch coming that should alleviate a lot of issues that people have been having. So we're looking forward to that. Hopefully, that comes before the next Operation Waffle House in Beef Wellington. Yeah.
These names. Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Eric?
today I
Oh,
paid
no,
200.
Anthony?
I paid $200K to go and find millions worth of illegal drugs and weevil eggs, which I will promptly be taking from the piracy-filled star system of Pyro and taking it to the lawful system of Stanton to sell to people that at like
may have
Brio's
a
Bakery
hankering.
Yard. Yeah.
Wow. You know what?
Millions.
Millions
I'll
of
be
dollars.
rich.
I'm gonna be rich.
I'm gonna be rich.
I'm gonna buy the
Rich.
station. I'm gonna be the king
Okay,
of the world.
the funny thing was, so I paid $200K to find this thing, right? This mission to find the location of all that money. And one of the guys in the org, he was like, "Oh man, can I come?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course." And he's done it multiple times already. So he just goes to where I am. He doesn't need to pay, right? So he shows up and he's making money. And I'm about to leave because we're about to do Operation Waffle House. And when I'm leaving, I see this really scary ship looking at me with a lot of red lights. And it's a beast of a ship. I know what ship it is. It's the Corsair. It would wreck me. So I get in my ship. I do a quick look-see, make sure no one's tucking, trying to steal my stuff. I get in my pilot seat. I turn and look at the dude, and we do the little dance. He's like shaking up and down with his ship. And I'm like shaking up and down with my ship. I'm like, yeah, we're cool, man. We're cool. We're cool. I proceed to get GTFO because I don't want anything to happen. And I'm getting ready to do Operation Waffle House. Well, Al, let me tell you about Al. After the first Operation Waffle House, we're all in my hangar and most people left. And I was about to leave. I was storing my ship. And then all of a sudden I hear Al say, "Can I shoot you?" And immediately I think about the time Casey shot Eric in the face with a BB gun.
Bro.
And it's just me and this guy, and he's like, "Can I shoot you?" I'm like, "What? No." I pull out my gun. We have a standoff. No one dies. Week later, we're having another Operation Waffle House at the end of it. We're all in another hangar. I get knocked out. I'm on the ground all of a sudden. I'm like, what's happening? What's going on? I stand up and I see that Al has his fists out. Frickin' Al again. Okay, so then we started the fight club. Me and Al are going at it, throwing fisticuffs. Okay. Another week passes by. We're in the middle of Operation Waffle House. Okay. There are 3 distinct asteroid bases that we have to camp out on and, keep an eye on.
Disclosing things
right?
that you're not supposed to.
Yeah. Al comes to mine. And he comes to tuck and hide where I'm hiding. And because there's a nice little bug where if you're wearing a backpack, you can push someone through a wall, Al immediately puts me through a wall. Oof. And I get stuck and I don't get to participate in the rest of the game because I'm trying to get out of it the whole time.
Oh, no.
This wasn't intentional. Al's a great guy. He's a little cuckoo, obviously. We've all asked him how many, frogs he dissected when he was a kid, and how many ants he burned with a magnifying glass. He said he only burned like 5 ants.
That's a lie. He counted 5. Yeah,
He's
okay.
lowballing. He's lowballing.
Okay.
Yeah. But so Al is the one who, came to the big drug haul for free by just following my marker in the party. And so he's there. I say hello and goodbye to the guy that's not in our party that showed up there. And Al and I are in different voice chats at the moment because we're getting ready for Operation Waffle House. And for some reason, Al doesn't switch voice chats. 5 minutes later, he comes over and he's like, bro, what happened? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, this guy's shooting me up. Why didn't you tell me about it? Because, I was laughing because I was like, there was this guy that showed him. He was friendly. And I was like, he was not friendly. He was not.
Friendly to me.
I think Al finally got what was coming to him.
That's funny.
But yeah, man.
funny.
Eric, what have you been playing?
Yeah, let's see. I have the big one is really Path of Exile 2 this past week. I don't think I've had time for anything else. I've been doing all the computer stuff and making sure that's good, and then of course moving the gym, which was like a whole day thing. So I'm doing the Path of Exile 2 streaming, which is doing my main campaign. I'm going to play through the campaign once, and then I will probably restart. I'm already doing practice runs on hardcore.
Oh God.
But I'm going to do a whole hardcore full stream through.
Oh my God.
And
Terrifying.
Nikov's
Yeah.
been doing hardcore.
dude, Nikov's a beast at Path of Exile. He has
Nikov's a beast.
he has like 14,000 hours in that game.
in the first game,
Yeah.
let alone PoE 2.
He already hit like 380 hours, I think, in Path of Exile 2.
Yeah.
It's only been out for like a few weeks.
I feel like Nikov is just like
Nikov's a beast.
Nikov is like one of those friends that you have that you're not sure if he's actually like a cryptic or not.
Yeah, right.
Like
He was like ranked in Path of Exile 1 multiple seasons.
He's
like
playing hardcore right now. He's level 44 Infernalist.
I've seen him. I saw him in the time it took me to get to level 35 on my main character. He had gotten 2 characters to level 80.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
Into?
2 characters. Hardcore.
In PoE 2.
Yes, in 2.
Wow.
He has 328 hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's
Shout out to
insane.
Nikov.
He's insane.
A real
Nikov's a
one.
beast. I can't keep that. Like, I don't know how he does it. But man, but yeah, I'm doing the main one. I am in Act 3 now, which is the final act in the beta. And the story is going crazy. I have lots of thoughts. Feel free, if you want to see all my stuff, go watch my playthrough. I have my full playthrough up there. For the hardcore, I've been doing a necromancer because they looked beast.
Yeah, Necromancer.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the necromancer it feels OP.
Yeah.
It
Minion
feels,
build is stupid, man.
dude. It is so much stronger than my monk build. It's not even close.
It's not even close. Yeah. I was.
I have a
I
feeling,
was, we were watching the video on like I was
dude,
watching
that was
a stream, and I was
ridiculous.
like, dude, there's no way. So
Oh my gosh.
he was fighting a boss that was like just he was wrecking your shit for like a good half hour, Eric.
Yeah.
Like it was that sun god. Like after he kicks up the windstorm, and you like find a way back to him.
Yeah.
You find a way back to him, and like he's opening portals that is just molten metal shooting out
Dude,
one
that
particular space.
By the way, can we just say that fight is insane?
It's a great fight. It's a great looking fight. Anthony, do you know what we're talking about? Anthony's like, wait, what? Yeah, at a certain point, Anthony, you're on a caravan that's being towed by millions of undead servants. Sorry, millions of undead slaves.
That's wild.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It's so
Dude,
cool.
But that so
I mean, not the slavery part.
I was talking about
the
it
slavery part.
on my stream, but the feeling of epicness in Path of Exile 2 is so well done, and some of the boss fights are just so freaking cool.
Yeah, man.
And it's still in beta. Like there is definitely some jank. And if you see some of the fights that I did, you can see like there's some jank still from the beta. But when they solve that, those fights, when they feel clean, they are so epic.
Yeah.
Like
dude,
the fight that
you feel it from the very first fight.
Yeah, I'm not saying you don't.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the scale.
Shut up, Anthony.
The scale. And to see an ARPG, like here's the thing, Diablo 4 had like one
Bro, don't
epic
even.
fight.
Don't even. What epic fight? Lilith?
I'm just Lilith.
Ugh.
And I'm not saying it was a good fight. You're misunderstanding me. Just like it had this idea of cool factor.
Uh-huh.
Best boss fight in Diablo 2. Go.
Best boss fight in Diablo 2?
I don't mind.
I didn't really play with Diablo 2.
I will say there's something special about Endurial. Endurial was just, I feel like you felt so vulnerable in Act 1. And when you played Endurial on Players 8, that the hectic nature of the fire being spawned everywhere, her shooting fireballs.
Eric, I'm so proud of you. You would pick the naked boss lady. As...
Oh, wow. Look at that, Eric.
Yeah, she is.
Wow, look at that, Eric. Interesting.
She's the corrupted Amazonian girl.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And she definitely isn't the hardest boss. But she just like at that point in the game, you don't have good options, and it just feels like you're constantly running, you're constantly dealing with fire, you're constantly dying. It is such a nightmare at that level. And if you wait, then you have to actually go farm stuff to get more powerful than the level you're supposed to fight her at, because fighting her at the regular level is just difficult.
It's like Belial in Diablo 3 before like the major patches and everything. Like like the base game. I remember playing as a barbarian and running up against Belial and be like, "What do you mean I just cannot get past this fight?" And it was like, "No, you can't get past this fight." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And it's like, you have to be good.
But yeah, I would say I would say Endurial and Diablo 2.
Anthony, you know how I
what's your
knew
favorite?
that Diablo 4 was going to be crap?
Why is that?
When they took Endariel and they completely like messed up her model. They weren't true to Diablo 2. They were just like, no, she doesn't have nipples now. Like they're just like, no, those disappeared. It's like, where'd they go?
Wait, Enduriel is in
Andariel.
Andariel is
Andariel.
in
I was
Diablo
saying it
4?
wrong.
She is in Diablo 4. She's the second boss.
She's the second boss in Act 2?
I don't know if it's Act 2 or not, but she's the second boss. There's a lot of bosses.
Second
least
boss.
You
The
can
second
you can
boss
fight them in
listed in
any order, right?
and
It-
Dario.
This
In
might be an
Diablo 4?
ABC order. This is an ABC order, so I don't know when you're supposed to find her. Never mind.
I was about to say, I'm like, I don't remember fighting in Dario.
Yeah, for on the wiki or on the fandom site, they just list them in ABC order for 4, but on the other ones, they list them in encounter order. So for me in Diablo 2, I think Duriel in Act 2 is the coolest boss fight. You've got
Duriel is yeah.
Yeah.
Duriel
Doesn't
is
move.
really cool.
He's very hard. Like, I mean, until you know how to do him.
Mm.
Initially, he was difficult. It's like, oh crap,
Mm.
you know, like it was not easy. It was cool. It was a
That's-
boss that was just it taking up most of the screen. It was just in your face, kicking your ass.
Anxiety.
It was very different from all the other ones. All the other ones, the boss is like running around in the level. You know,
Okay.
this one it's like you either win or you lose. There's no running.
Bale
Like-
also kind of had that too, where you're stuck in that small cave with Bale.
He still moves though. It's a big room.
He does still move, but the Bale has the smallest area for the boss, and he does a lot of like weird stuff going around the room and stuff like that. It's just probably the close to Duriel in that style.
Yeah.
Huh.
But you've been playing Path of Exile.
We've all been
Yeah,
playing Path of
Exile
Exile.
2's been amazing. I think that's about all I played. The other thing I wanted to bring up, we didn't get to talk about it since the New Year's, but we all played a new board game that is so relevant to this podcast in particular. We got to play Distilled. Distilled is a board game where you
recently
make
played a game.
Yeah,
No.
no, Eric, we didn't play that
Eric,
one.
we didn't play that with me.
what?
I wasn't there.
Nat wasn't there for that?
No.
Yeah, no,
No.
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 He had left.
I was already
He was
Uh,
gone.
gone
Eric,
in the ether.
Eric's getting that.
Yeah,
Eric's getting
I
that old man.
Nat-
I thought Nat
money.
played it.
Welcome. No. This is not from being old, Nat. This is welcome to the realm of being Eric's friend, as you have been for a long time. But now that you have been in person with him, you are getting wrapped into the many memories he has of you being there when you weren't. Okay,
You were totally
there are
there. What are you
so
talking
many
about?
stories he tells. He's like, yeah, you were there. Yeah, of course you were there, Anthony. Like, yeah. And there are some stories that he has told so many times, I can tell them as if I was there now.
I
Oh,
look,
and I
it's just
have.
because I wanted you there so
I have.
badly.
I see.
Like the time that Alex
Uh,
did a donut in the parking lot behind after
was
watching
there.
the movie theater, after
Yeah,
going
I
to the
was
movie
there.
theater and watching it, and he did that donut with one of the pigs, and it was right in front of a cop. And then the cop comes over, and all of us, sorry, because I was there, obviously, we all immediately do a quick like U-turn, K-turn, whatever, and we're out of there. And Alex has to talk his way out of the cop. You know, like,
Were you not there for
no,
that?
I was not there. But I can see it. I feel like I've dreamt of it by
So-
now.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Poor-
gosh.
Poor Anthony.
So I have this new board game. It's called Distilled.
Oh, you got it
and
too?
It is a Euro game.
Mm.
Yeah, I got it. I bought it because you had it first, and so I ended up getting it, and we played it together. And you make alcohol. The whole board game is about making alcohol. It's got this really cool mechanic where you get all these cards and ingredients, and then you actually together. And for the distilling process, you shuffle all the cards together. And then you take off the top and bottom cards, like you're taking the heads and tails from a distilled spirit. And then you get to keep whatever's left. And that determines what you make. And you get points for all. You can age things in barrels for extra combo multipliers on points and all this stuff. So we played on New Year's. And the pirate that makes rum I believe somebody else played like a nun who makes wine. Played a character who like made
Yeah, I know
kashasa or
Ash
something
made
like that.
gin.
And
It might have been a nun that made gin.
gin.
A nun.
I don't think wine is an
Oh,
option
okay,
because
okay.
it's not a spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember what B made. I made whiskey, of course.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
worst
you
thing
made
about this
whiskey.
game is that when you look at it and start to learn about it, it seems like it's really complicated, but it really isn't bad.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's like
it really isn't complicated at all.
I think that might be why they have like a follow along little pamphlet. They're like just follow the pamphlet. Cuz like once you've briefly played the game, you're like, "Oh, this
You
makes
get
sense.
it.
That's easy."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a really good game
it's
because
Good game design.
and it's not like PvP like some games where you're like just trying to kill each other.
It's a Euro game, so it's all about you doing your own thing efficiently.
Mm-hmm.
And the better you do your thing, the more points, and nobody can really like mess you up. They can like buy stuff in the market that you may have wanted. You're gonna get more stuff in the market that you wanted. So it does a really good job of like letting you do your.
Sounds pretty chill.
Yeah, it's
Cool,
a
cool.
nice, chill, like alcohol-filled experience. So in the first game, I played a pirate that made rum, and I ended up winning with like 65 or something like that. And this was a really fun game. I got like 65 points. I think Anthony, you came in second with like 58 points or something like that, close behind. And then Ash and B ended up getting like right behind that. It was a very close game. So I was like, this is really fun. I'm gonna buy this game and go, and we'll play it. So I got the game. And me and B sat down. All right, let's play Distilled. So, and I got this character that had none of her abilities helped with the board. I was like, oh my gosh, this is
Eric, Eric, I hate to do this.
know,
Yeah.
Your
I don't even know
connection
what
is
I'm gonna
actually
do.
taking the hugest poop on you.
Yeah, we can't understand you at this point.
You're
Oh my
like you're like
goodness.
half and half, my guy.
Oh my goodness.
I'm so sorry.
It's getting like
I don't
steadily
know.
worse.
I don't understand. I don't understand how it's bad. How can
I
I
don't know how it can
possibly
be bad.
have
You know,
issues?
just turn off Bon V's computer.
maybe it's that. I don't know.
You know how many Trojans she's got? At least 5.
But yeah, I'm honestly
so.
so confused. I have my internet bandwidth and speeds going on the side, and it's like near infinite. Like it's ridiculous. My
very confusing.
CPU is not being touched. Even I was a little worried about my GPU, but my GPU is not even being touched. So like I really honestly have no clue why the network is an
It's your
issue.
network,
There must be something.
not your computer.
I have.
It's your network.
You did something.
But it might not even be like it's packet loss, I think. So it can very well be your infrastructure, like your
Yeah.
network infrastructure, because you have had network problems for a while and they've gotten worse.
Yeah, I mean, I just
They do compound over time.
there's unfortunately nothing I can do.
Yeah.
There's no other fiber provider in the area. But
Is it Comcast?
AT&T.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same here.
Interesting.
AT&T. They're the only people that do fiber where we're at. But
They honestly might even be throttling you.
Possible.
they could be. I could probably run some trace routes and stuff and see if something's happening. But
Gentlemen,
yeah, I don't know what.
Gentlemen, I'm
Finish the
tired.
story.
Finish the story. Get
Okay.
there.
Okay. So we got like 60 points last time.
Yeah.
We go and we play, and I'm like, this character can't do anything.
Mhm.
I'm screwed. B's having her combos and stuff go off, and I'm like, okay, she's doing really well.
Mm-hmm.
I felt so bad. I ended the game with like 180 points to like 50.
Oh, what the fuck?
It was
Why did you do that? You just should have stopped.
it just kept spiraling. You gotta control that.
You should
It just
stop playing the game, Eric.
I was just like, oh, I could get that. Oh, I could get that. I've hit every goal. I had a spirit that got me like 90 points off of an aged spirit.
I don't know what that means, but I'm assuming that over time, it's
I
just
made more points off of one singular turn than I did in the entirety of the game, the previous game I played.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
The amount of stuff
That's
that
awesome.
just popped off was unbelievable. And I was just like, oh yeah, I get to do this. Oh yeah. And because of this, I get this and this and this. Oh, and I get this. And I hate this.
I don't like this game anymore.
And that was the last time we ever played that game.
And that's the last time we played Distilled.
Well, it actually worked out. We played it with some friends, and she ended up winning. So we're good. I think
We're
we're in a
back.
good spot.
Oh,
Back.
good.
Okay, good. Yeah. Good.
I just can't imagine like him adding up all the points and B being like, yeah,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, mm-hmm, yeah,
No.
mm, yeah. Oh, I need another drink.
I see. Mm-hmm. Oh, God.
Anything else, y'all?
With that, no,
Oh man.
I think we're good.
I'm wrong.
Huge shout out to our maybe sponsor in the future, Rode. Sponsor us. Cool.
Pay for our boom arms. 'Cause
Yes.
We already bought them. 'Cause
Yes.
Mine's Road 2.
Nice.
I don't
with
know
that-
what mine is.
It's probably Road 2. I think I could be wrong.
Rode's a pretty big one.
Mine is blue.
Oh,
no,
the
it's
blue,
black.
from the
Blue arm
from
is
the
pretty
blue
good, too.
one, yeah.
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 Well, with that, my friends, audience, I hope you have a wonderful week. We'll see you in the next one next week, 7 p.m. Monday, sharp. Be here or have an empty Glencairn glass because you aren't drinking with us. And yeah, like, subscribe, all the stuff, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Bye.
Kawaii desu ne.
Bye, Disney. Asoy.
Oh God.